Hello, so today I'd like to give you a short 30-minute yoga practice for shoulder maintenance. A lot of us are sitting a lot, we're rounding a lot, and we need to release our shoulders that seem tight. We also need to strengthen parts of our shoulders that don't get to do much sitting and working all day. So uh, with that, let's start on our backs. This practice will be entirely on the floor without standing poses. So if you have a blanket or a towel, please roll it up and then place that right underneath your shoulder blades and take your arms above the blanket. You can have your arms out to the sides or you can have your arms in goalpost position, but if you can't get your wrists down, then just go out to the sides. And what about legs? So the easiest thing here for a lot of people is to just bring knees towards each other and have feet out. If you want to get fancy, you could have your feet together and your knees out. But again, you want to relax. So maybe place something underneath your thighs. I have two blocks here. And just relax into that. And then close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Inhaling pelvis, abdomen, rib cage, chest to throat. Exhaling throat, chest, rib cage, abdomen, pelvis. Pelvis, abdomen, rib cage, chest, throat, throat, chest, rib cage, abdomen, pelvis. Slow inhale, slow exhale. And then slowly remove your blocks underneath your thighs if you have those there. And roll to your side. And just come on up long enough that you can just slide that blanket a little higher and then it comes underneath your head. I'm lying on my right side here and I might take a block between my knees and calves here just to make this a little bit more supported. You want to keep your knees vertically aligned. Take your left hand over your right hand, arm is extended. And then we're going to make a big half circle, taking that left arm up towards our left ear and then rolling it open into a twist without drawing that left knee back. So that knee is still where it started out and then come back around. And no one says you have to be in that full twist on the first try or on the fifth or sixth or seventh try. Just kind of work with your tissue here to open up and bring it back. And roll it open. And bring it back. And if you feel like you still have too much pressure on your right shoulder, you can make this thing higher. Yeah. And then 2 more. Last one. And then settle in. Slide your right shoulder a little bit further to the right edge of the mat and extend your left arm out. If your left arm is not making it to the floor, just place your left palm on your rib cage and relax into that. Keeping that left knee as much as you can lined up over your right knee, your navel still facing right, your sternum rotating to face the ceiling. Working on length on both sides of the waist. Take your left hip and activate it away from your left ribs. And get nice and long on both sides of the waist. And then come back around. And slowly work your way up to seated position. I'm going to switch sides. And you can just roll over onto your left side. Left arm extended, block between your legs perhaps. Could be a sofa cushion or a blanket. Right hand over left hand. And then keeping your navel facing this direction, you're going to slowly roll it open. And slowly bring it back. And slowly roll it open. And slowly bring it back. Using your breath. 4 more. I inhale into it. And exhale out. Inhale into it. And exhale out. 2 more. Inhale to open up. Exhaling out. Last one. Inhale, roll it open. And then this time settle in. Maybe slide your left shoulder a little bit further left. And if you can get both arms down, great. Trying to keep your knees vertically aligned. Take that right hip and slide it away from your right ribs, getting long in that right waist. Perhaps just place your right hand on your rib cage if your arm cannot make it to the floor, and then relax there. Slowly come back out of your twist and work your way back to a seated position. Perhaps use your blanket as a way to elevate your hips because we're going to be in a seated position for a little bit. Get as comfortable as you can here. So I'm in Siddhasana, a nice easy seat, tipping my hips slightly forward with that lifted blanket. And then Take that right arm, internally rotate it, and wrap it around your back and grab your left biceps. Press your forearm into your lower thoracic spine, so right there at your lumbar, a little bit above, and lift your chest. Broadening collarbones. And now a nice easy twist left, walking left fingertips behind as we rotate our rib cage to face left. I close my eyes because it's very easy to just turn the head and miss the twist in the thoracic spine. And then let your right shoulder get heavy. Just drop it down and back. And then let your left ear hang towards your left shoulder. Perhaps draw your left ear back an inch. And then play with the sensation, perhaps tilting your head so your nose is pointing up. Right shoulder stays heavy and down. Perhaps tilting your head so your nose is pointing down. And slowly come out of your twist as you draw your chin towards your chest. Place your left hand on your left thigh, release your right hand from your left arm, place your right hand on your right thigh. And slowly lift your head. Take your left arm, internally rotate, so your thumb is going to face down, and then take it behind you and find your right biceps. Roll your shoulders open. So if you feel like your shoulders are so tight you cannot grab that biceps, I've seen people use a little loop-de-doo thing, so you can use a strap to do this. Yeah. So here's plan B. Sit nice and tall. And I keep my eyes closed, chin over sternum, rotate your rib cage right, walk your right hand slightly behind you. Take 3 more breaths to find your twist here, rolling your left shoulder open and letting it get heavy and drop it down. And then just take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe slide your right ear behind your shoulder. Let your left shoulder get heavy again. Maybe tilt your head so your nose is pointing slightly up. Maybe tilt your head so your nose is tilting slightly down. And then very slowly come out of your twist and slide your chin towards your chest. Place your right hand on your right thigh. Release your left hand to your left thigh. And then slowly lift your head. Take an inhale and reach the arms up. And then on your exhale, take your left arm underneath your right arm. And this could look like this, or it could look like this. Lift your elbows, press them forward, and then tuck your chin into that gap of your upper arms. Slowly release your elbows down and raise your head back to its normal position and release the arms. Slowly reach them up. And on your exhale, place your right arm underneath your left arm. Again, this could be this. It could be this. Elbows up and elbows forward. And then again, tuck your chin into that gap. Slowly lower the elbows, lift the head, and release the arms. And roll your shoulders a couple of times. Take your blanket away and come onto your belly. Your arms into goal pose position. Press down into the tops of toes, lifting kneecaps away from the floor. And then on your inhale, peel your chest up, crown of the head forward. So notice this is not very far. We're trying to not press our hips forward. You're going to try to lift your hips back a little bit, creating lightness at your belly. Crown of the head forward, tops of the toes down, very active legs. And just create a little bit of space between your shoulders and your ears. Moving your head forward and drawing your shoulders back a little bit. And then release your forehead down. Relax your legs. Maybe windshield wipe your legs. So we're going to build on this. And at any given time, you can stay with where you were before. So I'm adding on. You do not have to add on. Next, forehead down. Roll shoulders open. Lift up. Get long through the spine. Activate around your waist and make sure you're creating a lightness in the front of your hip bone here. So you're not tipping your hips forward to lift your chest. So we're going to try to get that lightness there. And then feeling good about it, maybe lift your left wrist, keep your elbow down, maybe lift your right wrist, keep your elbow down. And reach to the crown of the head for 3 more breaths. Kneecaps off the floor, tops of the toes down. 2, 1. Arms down, forehead down. Take an inhale. Inflate into your low back. Take an exhale. Adding on. Inhale, peel up. Crown of the head forward. tops of the toes down. See if you can float one arm, maybe float the other arm. Hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms down, forehead down. Bend your knees, windshield wipe your legs from side to side, let it go. And relax your legs. Place your hands on your low back. Elbows up, elbows back. See if you can float your chest off the floor. Crown of the head forward. And then take your arms away from your low back into a V and externally rotate. Thumbs are going to face up. Broaden your collarbones, crown of the head forward, tops of the toes down. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Internally rotate your arms. Place your palms up on your low back, forehead to the back. Adding on or not. Elbows up, elbows back, float your chest. Arms back, externally rotate, arms to a T, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms back, hands on our low back, palms facing up, crown of the head to the floor. So at any given time, if you lose that lightness in your belly, if you're dipping your hips into the mat to get your chest lifted, take your arms back because they weigh a lot. And they make this so you have to really compensate that. Rather you keep this here in a neutral position than to bring your arms forward. Roll your elbows up, shoulders open, float your chest. Arms back. Are your hips still light on the mat? Externally rotate. Still got it. Take it to a T. Still have that lightness in your belly. Then take it to a V for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms back, palms up. Take an ear to the mat. Windshield wipe your legs from side to side. And then from here, slowly push yourself onto all fours. Now, if you feel like you need a blanket under your knees, if you still have that blanket nearby, please use that. And then just one easy cow and an easy cat. I'm going to take my right arm and internally rotate it. My left side is facing you. And I'm going to bring my left fingers either to my forehead or behind my head. And then take an inhale and rotate open. And exhale, rotate it in. Inhale, rotating open. Exhale, rotating in. Inhale, rotating open. Exhale, rotating in. 2 more. Inhale, rotate open. Exhale, rotate in. Last one, inhale, rotate open and stay. Find length in your left waist and then extend your left arm. Then slowly bend that elbow and come all the way through, left shoulder to the mat, left side of the head to the mat. And some people wrap the arm around. Some people take it straight forward. I like to interlace fingers, so I'm holding on to my fingers here and I tug a little bit on that. Nice deep inhales and exhales into this nice rotation. So for those of you who've been to my shoulder workshop, you know that thoracic mobility is crucial for shoulder health. If our thoracic spine doesn't move properly, then our shoulders have to really make up all of that work. And then one more, inhale, rotate up, and exhale, set it down. Switching sides. So I'm internally rotating my left arm just a little bit. It'll allow me to bend my elbow and keep weight in the strong part of my hand, which is this pad here between index finger and thumb. Right fingers either to forehead or behind head, and then rotate open, and exhale, rotate in. Inhale, rotating open, exhale, rotating in, and 3 more. Rotate open, rotate in, rotate open, rotate in. This is your last one. Rotate open and stay. Get long in your right waist, and then extend the arm. And slowly bend that right arm. Take it all the way through. Right shoulder to the mat. Right side of the head to the mat. And then either wrap your left arm around for your right waist, reach it forward, or like I do, interlacing fingers and tugging on that right arm. And slowly place your left hand back down. One more inhale and twisting. And then set it down. All right, the next one is for our pec minor. And I like to use a blanket for this, or perhaps a block. If you have a block, that's great. So you're going to, I'm going to do this to show this for you guys. You're going to place your right shoulder onto this block or blanket and take that arm over it. So my head actually also makes it on because I have a blanket here. And then you're going to take your left knee in front of you and wrap that left arm around. And to get deeper into it, you're going to roll your head back and open that up. If you're pretty comfortable with your pec minor, I'm going to show you a slightly more intense version of this. I'm going to have both knees facing right, and I'm not using a blanket. I'm going to come into a goalpost position on my belly here. Right arm is bent, and I use my left hand, and I just roll it open like this. So slightly more intense. If you want more, you can take that left arm around. If you want even more, you're going to take that left leg and straighten it out. And then rebend that knee if you straightened it. Replace your left hand down. Slide your right hand to your right shoulder and press yourself up. And then I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to start the easier version first. If you don't have a block, a blanket will work. A block works better. So I'm going to show the block version here. I'm going to have my knees facing the left side, and I'm going to take my block right here by my shoulder, and I'm going to wrap that arm around it. So this has me just a little bit elevated and makes it a little easier. Yeah. The harder version has this all the way down, arm in goalpost position. And then next level up, right hand by right shoulder and press it open. Maybe wrap your right arm around. Maybe straighten that right leg out. And we bend that knee. Slide your left hand closer to your shoulder, place your right hand down, and press yourself up. So this last one, I definitely advocate a block. And blocks are not expensive and widely available. It does work with a blanket. I just like it better with a block. If you're really sensitive in your tissue around your armpit, you can put a towel or a blanket over your block. I'm not, so I'm gonna not do that, but it's available to anyone. I'm gonna stay on my left side. I'm gonna take this block right here underneath my armpit. So I'm gonna have this edge right there, kind of touching on the side of my shoulder blade, and this other edge right here at the front of the arm. And then I'm gonna just hang out and look for sensation. I can lean back a little bit for infraspinatus. And serratus anterior perhaps. And I can lean forward a little bit, again, coming after that pec minor. And just play with sensation. See what you can find. Everyone is different. So there might be sensation on the front end, there might be sensation on the back end, there might be sensation in both. So you can hold this as long as that sounds good to you, up to maybe 10 minutes, playing back and forth with it. I'm going to switch sides because I promised you a 30-minute shoulder neck thing here. So again, I'm coming on my right side, and I place the block here, and I'm hanging out on that. If the block is too edgy, you're going to drape a towel over it or a soft blanket, and see if that helps you out. But from experience, I can tell you that once you're on here, after a few breaths, this is really not a big deal. If you have a cork block, that might be different. Foam blocks might be more forgiving, but I have to tell you, cork blocks last a lot longer. They don't break down. This feels so good. So leaning back is infraspinatus, maybe teres minor, but also serratus anterior, right? That edge right here. And I'm leaning forward, depending on how far forward you lean, still serratus anterior, but also you can really get into it for your pec minor. And slowly work your way off your block, perhaps back onto your blanket. Take a moment to just sit and notice your shoulders. See if they feel light. And with that, I thank you for joining the brief shoulder session.